Hello everyone, welcome to the Captain's videoweblog. We are Tuesday, October the 18th, 2016, and it's 3 in the morning. I am missing Raw, Smackdown. I did not miss Raw, and well, when I decided to watch Raw live, it's been quite a long time since I actually stayed up until 5 to watch Raw. Instead, I watch American football. I mean, tonight it was the Jets against the Cardinals, so yeah, I mean the choice was really easy. Or with the little bit of hindsight I've got now, was it that easy? Um, yeah. So I stayed awake until 5 to watch Raw. Then I stayed awake, to send a mail, and because I wasn't sure of the hour when the offices opened, well, I stayed awake all the fucking day. Stayed awake until 6 p.m. And at 6 p.m., the only mail I had received was that my the fees for the school to be enrolled, inscribed. I don't know. Well, to be a student weren't hadn't been paid, which means that there wasn't enough money on the bank account. I suddenly was like, well, fuck. They not only did they say, the second payment has failed. So I thought maybe I can pay the second payment with a check. And I said you have to make the last two, the remaining two payments, with a check. And I was like, okay, well, that's 300 and like 4 euros. Yeah, something like that. 314 euros at right out of pocket. I would send it gladly to Montpellier or Paris or wherever it's supposed to go. But then again, I don't really trust the postal services with something that's important, because, well, when I came to Montpellier from Pau, they have to transfer your student file, and they sent it by the post, and well, apparently Montpellier never received it. So yeah, everything that I did between 2009 and 2012 for Montpellier, it doesn't exist, which is pretty strange because Montpellier declined my transfer in third year, so they put me in second year, and I tried to appeal that decision, and well, I gave them the papers that proved that I was at the level, so I thought that maybe they would put that on my student file, and they did not. So yeah. Well, I mean, and then when I went to sleep, because at the end of the day, and literally at the end of the day, I was really, really tired. Like, I had to clean up my bedroom once again, because the small dog, she had peed in my bedroom, and she had pooped in my in my shoes. Well, not the ones that I usually use, so still the linings, but still, that's shitty, to be quite honest. One more reason for me to close my bedroom door when I'm not in my bedroom, even when it's the day. I started closing it again when I'm sleeping, but I guess that it won't do the trick. So anyway, yeah. I will need at any rate, I will need to wake up fairly early, because we might never know when they send an email. They told me, yeah, so for your appointment, you have to tell us when you've got free time, and I send them a mail telling them I've got all the free time you need except today. Maybe I should have precised, if you could answer today, that would be good too, though, because I apparently have until Monday at 4 p.m. to go there and fill out the papers. So yeah, the faster the better, the quicker the better. so that I can start negotiating with the great departmental office of the firefighters for 6 month internship. This is something that I really haven't lost hope for. I just think that now it's getting pretty desperate for them more than for me, because me, I can still, I guess, find other offers, but them probably not. You know, it's one thing to give it to an intern. It's another thing to have experts doing that, because experts, they usually cost more than an intern, um, except if they don't work in between the lines of the law, which would be strange for a public thing. So anyway, yeah. So I yesterday was watching Raw once again, and had been quite some time since I watched Raw live, and turns out it was a pretty bad decision. Raw is fucking lingering, and there's nothing. Not a lot that happens, mainly because Stephanie McMahon, she's just everywhere. She was in the segments after Jericho lost to Owens. She was, I think, with the women. I'm not sure. No, probably not. She was in the office when she talked to Mick Foley about accepting, you know, Smackdown's challenge. They didn't even, tell the camera. They were like, well, we're saying it to ourselves, and I guess that the news will spread by themselves, huh? So yeah, she was just fucking everywhere, and it's getting pretty tiring actually. Um, even when I'm not watching live, I kind of wish that Dailymotion, the Dailymotion app, had something better than scrolling. Really, if I could just pinpoint with my finger without having to scroll through the timeline to change where the video is, that would be much better. So yeah, Raw started with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens in the ring. Not really happy about last week, mainly because Kevin Owens is really the one who cost Chris Jericho a win over Seth Rollins, saying it's bad officiating. But then again, Chris Jericho winning would have meant a triple threat, which would have also meant that Kevin Owens wouldn't have been wouldn't have needed to be in the finish for him to be to lose the Universal title. And apparently, Chris Jericho really believes that he can beat Seth Rollins. So yeah, would have been Chris Jericho the Universal Champion then. But yeah, they kind of agreed that someone had to take the lumps, so that someone would remain strong, and someone who takes the lumps is apparently Chris Jericho, as he once again faced Seth Rollins, because well, he was so sure that he would win. So Seth Rollins was like, well, let's have a match then. He lost, yeah. Well, I mean, could Jericho have won? Not sure, because well, as much as Jericho had Rollins in the walls for like a minute or two when Owens was pulling the rope away from Rollins, Rollins was really close to the rope, so he would have had it if Owens hadn't been there. So yeah, and since he can apparently counter the code breaker, well, it's a move that's not really useful anymore. Yeah. So that was the segment where Jericho nearly called Owens a stupid idiot. That was kind of heartbreaking if he had gone through, because I mean, they are best friends after all. So yeah. What happened next? There was a 6-man tag with the Shining Stars and Titus O'Neil against Mark Henry and the Golden Truth. Um, Titus O'Neil ate the pin, which means, at one point you're gonna have to explain to me what is the use of a repackaging or whatever if the guy loses, maybe he wins on Superstars, but that's not enough. That's certainly not enough. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, moving on. There was Jericho, Cesaro, and Sheamus came out because they had a match. Cesaro had a match with Big E because we were in Denver, and it's one way of putting more life into the New Day's act. They were on day 420 or 421, no one is exactly sure, but 420 Colorado, ha ha ha, with jokes. That's funny, I guess. Yeah, but really, the WWE were really there with the weed jokes yesterday. So yeah, Cesaro, while Sheamus was having a match, he was doing a Facebook Live, much like Sheamus did last week. Can we say that it cost Sheamus the match? Maybe, because he was like, I'm gonna go for the greatest brogue kick ever, or something like that, and he ate, I think it was a small package. At least it was a roll-up. So much for the best rogue. Sheamus was visibly pissed. That's all. Yeah, I think that next that was Braun Strowman that faced the Mile High trio with a guy that looked like Mickey Gall and maybe not Jorge, which is apparently the least impressive cousin of No Way Jose. Understandably enough, Strowman won, haha. Then he said, yeah, I want real challenge, and Sami Zayn came out because, boy howdy, does Sami Zayn have, still anything to lose? Apparently not, because that's really the kind of rivalry that no one is gonna win from that, not Strowman, not Zayn, and certainly not the audience. As much as I like Sami Zayn, staying on Raw was probably one of the worst things that happened to his budding career in the WWE. I'm not counting NXT because NXT was pretty much the face, the heart and the soul of NXT. So yeah, he could have lost to Braun Strowman there. It wouldn't have hurt him. But there on Raw, without a single championship belt to his name, fuck, that's bad. Yeah. Then there was a little word from Paul Heyman urging Goldberg to say no, to come to Denver and say no, please don't have this match against the dude, my dude, my beast, Brock Lesnar, because he will be pissed if you say yes. And 2K17 is a video game. But it was pretty obvious, when saying just say no. It was really fun because, Denver and the war on drugs, ha ha ha, weed. Yeah, but it was fairly obvious that Bill Goldberg was going to be on Raw to say yes, because he even invited the governor of Colorado or something like that to the main seat, so... Then Dana Brooke won against Bayley in one of the worst finishes ever. Like, it really looked like Dana Brooke was reaching for the ropes with her feet so that she could say, haha, I won, and it was a little bit devious, but no, she won clean. Ha! Damn it! I think that actually happened before the Braun Strowman, the 3-on-1 of Braun Strowman. Yeah. Then the third hour started and it felt like, a fucking nightmare, because Rusev was presenting his family. So obviously as a heel, he was presenting his family, saying that he was proud about his family, representing family values, going for the honor of his wife, that's really a heel thing to do, right? Haha, turns out it's probably it, because, you know, the big dog, Roman Reigns, he came out and said, you look like the family dog. Apparently he meant that as an insult, which is really strange coming from the big dog. I really fucking hate this rivalry. It's hurting Rusev so much for no fucking reason, and Roman Reigns, he's just being a cunt, really. You know, and worse than that, turncoat. 1 week he ruins the marriage of a celebration of a woman. Following week, like, or maybe 2 weeks after, he defends the honor of a woman. Family. I fucking hate it. Let's just let him be a silent ass kicker. I mean, if you want to let him talk, at least give him back the thoroughbred gimmick. That was good, you know. So yeah. And then there was a 3-on-3 in the cruiserweights, with Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Brian Kendrick won. It wasn't really clean, but it wasn't really, you know, something that you could complain about, against TJ Perkins, and I think it, oh fuck, TJ Perkins, and Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander. You know, I mean, that is also hurting the cruiserweights, because look what 3-on-3s have done to the women. You know, you could have probably brought out Noam Dar 10 times since the beginning of the cruiserweight, and it's not even been 10 weeks since the cruiserweight debuted. So yeah, and then, you know, cruiserweights, and obviously after that, Goldberg accepted the challenge. He was really hyped about the whole thing. Like, he delivered a promo that I wouldn't have ever thought he had it in him, that kind of promos. He was really heartfelt, you know. And well, I mean, the match is probably going to be a really sloppy match, because Goldberg wasn't really the best of the fighters, and Brock Lesnar is a beast, and also Goldberg is old. So yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be fun, I hope. But yeah, Raw is definitely not looking like they're winning this week, unless Smackdown really fucks it up. And how could they fuck it up? It's got James Ellsworth against AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.